Hello everybody, how's it going? Please stop. Hello and welcome to A Bass Guy Show. Don't forget to remember to click the thing and follow the stuff to do the thing. And if you do, you'll win a whole bunch of points and stuff like that. Welcome, my name is Jack. I'm a 48-year-old man. I'm in the West Island of Montreal, Canada. And the best part about this live show is, you, the viewer. So let's hear it for you, the viewer. Because it's all about you. So welcome to Quebec Buff and Sky of the Universe. Thank you. Look, we're talking in French there too. Bonjour tout le monde, mon nom est Jacques Cassy. Et ça c'est mon petit spectacle pour toi. J'ai joué à la basse guitare pour toi. Et à la bâton aussi. Et la batterie, the batterie. I'll be playing on the drums and the bass and the guitar. And things have been really busy lately. We've started a whole new... Lately. I'm doing a project where I'm editing 10 years worth of material in 1 year, and it's driving me insane. And on top of it, we're doing the live shows. We had Sinead O'Connor tribute, Pee Wee Herman tribute, my brother visiting. Today is my mother's birthday. Larry, wrong button. Happy birthday to Bass Mum. Without Bass Mum, there would be no Bass Guy show. So thank you, Mum, for making me. And we're just so busy. We don't know if we're coming or going. I'll try and read the chat. Let me actually... So I promised myself today, instead of freaking out and trying to be all suave and stuff, I'm just gonna relax. We have a new feature. You can see down here that video is courtesy of Sky of the Universe, and you can also see it back there. That's the new REM. So we involve and include different people. We do collaborations. We're gonna have I always like to explain the show at the beginning. I'm a guy, I play the bass and guitar and I jam. I'm an independent musician with no social media and no friends. And I have spinal damage, so I'm always in constant pain, but I manage it well. We're going to have Frankie MacDonald, world famous weatherman, call in 15 minutes. So if I play now, we might have time. And then we'll go through all our different gimmicks and segments and everything. We started a new thing, a bird cam. Hey, if I can find it. Hey, Pat, it says straight away. So here is the new bird cam feature. And I'm doing all this by myself, everything you see is mostly live, and I'm doing all the sound effects, and there's a million buttons. And like today, I spent 3 or 4 hours setting up, and then Microsoft, which I use because I'm poor. Poor is a point of view, right? I'm rich because birds, man. Birds are enlightenment. Enlightenment is birds at dawn, or our birds at dawn. If you wiggle a USB wire on Microsoft, it crashes your entire computer, like a safety thing. So I'm using lots of USB wires, and the computer crashed 1 millisecond before I set up, so I have to set up twice. So here's our new bird cam feeder, and it's on about 5 to 8 hours a day, and usually it looks like that, but if you zoom through, you will occasionally get a bird or something like that. And people are enjoying it, and people are coming in and saying hello. You can send your screenshots to bassguyvideos@gmail.com. There's a timestamp on there. There's a chickadee, and that actually is a purple finch. And if we pause that for a second and go down here, we've got some photos. And I think these are some of my photos. But before I show my photos, I'd rather show Fred's photos. So Fred sent in his photographs. And we're going to... I think it is Fred's. Yeah, they are Fred's. So they're not Fred's, but Fred took these screenshots. So if I go through them, that's Mrs. Cardinal. And you can tell they're juvenile because they're a bit a bit rough looking. Their feathers are just coming in. Hello, Yanagare. So we do fire trucks, we do trains, we do birds, and I even do a thing called music. My friend Dave from Scotland was just writing me, telling me that Steve Gadd was playing at the Maryhill Library. Pat, that's like saying Michael Jackson is live at Bader Fay Red Barn, at the town hall. So times are tough for them, man. Imagine us little guys. So thank you for the screenshots. That's an amazing one. Let's hear it for Fred. And I'm also going to do a new thing where I'm going to start, I've always been into photography. I taught myself digital photography when I was living in South Africa. But you know what? I'm getting tired of computers. All my music now I make on a desk, like almost analog. I don't use computers at all. So, there's a wild baseballed guy. So there's some photos there, and I'm trying to cram in too much stuff, so see, things like that happen. So Enlightenment Industries, September 15th, 2020, way too much stuff going on. I want to get back into analog camera, and this is actually a film camera, real film, and I'm going to take pictures, and I'm going to develop doubles or triples, and I'll give away photos, or we'll do games or something like that. So how am I doing so far, everybody? I have about 10 minutes to play a song. Darn, I thought this was a bass fishing show. Kidding, of course. Hello, Julie in Indonesia. Welcome, Julie. Let's hear it for Larry, the producer. You know what? We might not play a song first. I'll edit this later. I wanted to give everybody today a free drink from the Couche-Tard. Make sure you pick up a sloshy. So I'm going to give this first one to Pat, because Pat, I'm full of gimmicks here. Pat is such a good guy. You get a soda on the house. So let me just fill this up for you. You want ice with that, Pat, or? Yeah? Okay, 1 second. Okay. Fill that up. And Julie, because you're here and it's hot in Indonesia, we're going to get you a sloshy. So just fill this up for you. And Quebec Buff, you want an orange sloshy as well? Okay, there you go. Isn't this show amazing? So welcome everybody. Welcome all. I like to have fun. Music gets boring after a while. You know, I gigged for 20, 30 years straight. And a gig is like you get in a car that's worth $500 and you put $5,000 worth of gear in it and you travel 50 miles and you get 50 quid, 50 bucks. Thanks so much, man. You're welcome. Is your name Jack or Larry? My name is Jack, and Larry is the imaginary producer. There's a lot to the show. So, you know what? We have 10 minutes, so let's just do a song. Sound okay? Let me know. Put on your red shoes and dance the blues. Let's dance, dance to the song we play on the radio. Let's sway to the colors that light up your face. Let's sway through the crowd of an empty space. And if you run, I'll run with you. And if you hide, I'll hide. Because my love for you would break in two if you should fall into my arms, tremble like a flower. Let's dance, dance. Let's dance for the fear that grace should fall. Let's dance for the fear tonight is up. Let's sway. You could look into my eyes. Let's sway under the moonlight, this serious moonlight. And if you say run, I'll run with you. And if you say hide, well, we'll hide. Because my love for you would break in two if you should fall into my arms and tremble like a flower.
They don't want to hear it, and they may just try to minimize it. Like, do we really need to talk about this now? Just let it go. Oh, whatever. They seem cool. It's again this kind of enabling is a rather immature approach. Yes, it does have a holiday feel to it. This whole idea of can't we just think everything's great? The mild narcissistic person is not very likely to have all of the antagonistic top notes.
Cheers. Thank you. Thanks. Ladies and gentlemen, the moment the world has been waiting for, the one and only, coming up any moment, Frankie MacDonald. Frankie MacDonald! The one and only Frankie. How you doing, Frankie?
I'm doing great so far.
Frankie MacDonald is here live with us. Tell us where you are and who you are.
I'm Frankie MacDonald. I was born on April 24th, 1984. I'm a YouTuber from Sydney, Nova Scotia, and when I was a little boy, I used to watch the Weather Channel on TV when I was a kid. I went swimming, biking, running, walking, jogging, swing on a swing. When I was a little boy, I graduated from Academy in 2004. I started my YouTube channel on December 27th, 2007. Old YouTube channel, Flight 99. Then June 2010, Gary and Dino discovered me in June 2010. And when I did severe earthquake warnings in California in September 2010, I was on Hospital Season 2, Episode 13. And I'm on Base Guy Show. And guess what? I just sent you guys a cardboard cuddle Frank down for the Gary Dino Show. It's in Vancouver, British Columbia right now.
Perfect introduction. And my name is Jack, and I'm in Montreal, and I went with Gajan to go meet Frankie MacDonald. We met in person. If anybody has any questions for Frankie, ask on the chat board. If I miss your messages, I'll ask later. Sorry, small screen. Me too. I'm ready right now. So we have Sky of the Universe here. He's cutting a lawn for a friend. You want to say hi to Sky?
Hi, Sky. I'm doing great over at Pat. How was your day? And did you hear about this? I just sent Space Guy pictures on Skype for the Gary and Dino Show.
Okay, I'll get them after because I can't open them while you're on the show, but I'll show them after. You did send me a photograph of your new haircut. Can I show the photograph, Frankie?
Yes.
Okay, give me a second here. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Brand new photograph seen here. This says Frankie MacDonald with his brand new haircut. And Frankie, I got breaking news for you.
Yes.
I got my haircut on the same day as you.
Yes, that was epic. And guess what? Nelson Peabody's in California. He's going to Disneyland.
Frankie, where's Nelson Peabody going this weekend? Asks Shane. California. Real Light says, Frankie, do you wish you could? What do you wish you could be doing right now?
On the world tour, I would go to every country in the world.
Want to go on a world tour? Jay says you rule. Hey, Frankie, did you see my new bird feeder camera?
Yes, I saw that.
Let me know what's going on there right now with the people there. What's going on?
They're just walking by and things like this. I'm showing you Sherman Street in the construction progress.
Okay, so here's Frankie MacDonald showing us professional filming. This is when Frankie films very slow and very consciously. They're redoing the whole street there. And I don't know if we haven't talked about it yet, but Hurricane Lee is about to hit the East Coast. And Gaspé, I think my mom's out there for her birthday right now. And we got Frankie MacDonald here. If anybody has any questions, thank you, Jay. Frankie.
That's from Monica Beaulieu. She lives in Gaspé in Bonaventure, Quebec. And did you hear about this? Hurricane Lee's going to mostly hit western Nova Scotia.
Okay, so you're going to be okay in your area?
Yes. My dad's going to under a tropical storm warning.
Well, I hope everyone's prepared. What can you tell people to be prepared?
Have your generators ready, have your extra batteries ready and things like this, and flashlights, candles, everything. You have to have your rechargeable. You have to have lots of batteries for digital cameras and things like this.
Okay, thank you, Frankie. Hey, wait 1 second, Frankie. So I just showed the Frankie of you the video. Sorry, I'm tired. I showed the video of you screaming "Bass Guy Show." Thank you for that, Frankie. So Frankie, yeah, tell us about Hurricane Lee and what people should know about it.
St. John, New Brunswick's getting worse. The western half of Nova Scotia is getting worse of it. It's going to get a lot of hurricanes, and that means that's going to miss Sydney, Nova Scotia. It's going to hit western Nova Scotia. Sydney, Nova Scotia is going to get a little bit of wind and rain. And western half of Nova Scotia is getting a tropical storm or hurricane. It's going to hit New Brunswick, Maine, USA, and all the way up to Bonaventure, Quebec, and Monica Beaulieu's hometown.
Okay, thank you, Frankie. We have someone on the chat board saying, that's great advice, Frankie. And his name is Frank MacDonald.
Hi to my father. I'm doing great so far.
So look at all the all-stars we hear. We have Frankie MacDonald. We have Frank MacDonald, the father of Frankie MacDonald. We have Sky of the Universe. We're doing great so far tonight, Frankie. I'm having a great time. Are you?
Yes, I'm having a great time as well. And did you hear about this? Just imagine somebody turned the house in a nightclub when the guy comes home and there's a bouncer at the door.
Turn down that music. I can't hear myself think. And then the police come to the door. They go, sir, are you the owner of this house?
Yes.
Is this a residential area or a commercial area?
Residential.
Okay, let me see here. Do you have any paperwork or a permit for this operation?
No.
Put your hands behind your back. You're coming with me. He throws the guy in this prison, and then the prison guy says, I'm sick and tired of all these prisoners. Put them in the garbage.
Then the next morning, the kid wakes up the next morning and will say, Mom, what happened?
He says, son, your father cracked under the lockdown. He turned our house into a nightclub, and the police came and arrested him. Son, your father and I are getting...
divorce.
Oh, man. And then the son has to visit the father at the last Sunday of each month for 1 hour.
Then the guard will say, time's up.
Time's up. Time to go. Hey, Frankie, I don't want to alarm you, but there's a huge bumblebee behind you.
I don't see no trouble be at all.
It's just a professional comedy joke. So let's see if we have any more questions on the board here. Jack, happy Friday. Hey, we have Chrissy Messy Transit. And Chrissy Messy Transit said I could show a video, and I haven't shown the video in a million years. Just stay on the line, Frankie. I'm going to try to play this video from Chrissy Messy Transit. And this is by...
Jack, I'm with Crazy Messy Transit. Chris.
Yo, you're awesome, man. I love your freaking music. I actually prefer it a lot of from other musicians in real life.
Yeah, and he was saying you deserve a lot more attention than you get, man.
Exactly. And it sucks because I feel like you're just very unlucky with the music industry because a lot of these people these days, they're just very lucky if you get the popularity, and it's just you're just not getting the luck, which I feel very bad.
Exactly, and most of it's trash music that these musicians. Exactly, man.
Exactly.
All right, there you go, Jack. You heard it. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man, tabarnak.
Yeah, man, tabarnak. So thank you, Chrissy Messy Transit, for that video. Take your time, Frankie. You know what? Today we're just going to have fun. We're going to take our time. I'm giving out Couche-Tard sloshies. Do you have that at the Circle K? Do you have sloshies?
Yes, they do.
Are they called slush puppies or sloshy?
Slushy.
Slushy. Have you had one before, Frankie?
I had it before.
Frank MacDonald says nice haircut to his son.
Yes.
I listened to your dad's new song. If anybody wants to listen to Frankie MacDonald's father music, you go onto SoundCloud and type in Mystic Mist. Is that right, Frankie?
Yeah. And did you hear about this? A lot of people are against the whole world and the other side of the world, especially military dictatorship countries like North Korea. They're firing missiles.
Yeah, the whole world's gone crazy. Like, I was just telling my friends, a very famous jazz musician was playing at my friend's local library. I mean, people used to appreciate and understand music and art and photography and plumbing and carpentry, and now they call it content. You pull out your phone, you film your butt, and then you're a success. What's happening with the modern world and telephones, Frankie?
It's upside down. It's affecting plumbers, engineers, architects, doctors, lawyers, things like this. It's affecting professional athletes.
But it's not going to last because it's all superficial. The plumbers and the carpenters and the musicians and the people who built the world, the roads, the world still operates on that stuff. It doesn't operate on 7-second TikTok videos. I looked out the street today, Frankie, and I saw a kid on his bicycle riding his bike while looking at his phone. Is that good?
Not good.
And I saw people in cars and tractors and trucks looking at their phone. Cringe alert. No, it's always hard to see yourself on TV, Chrissy Messy, but thank you, and I appreciate the kind of words. Shane Ogden says, Frankie, how much do you tip for haircuts?
$0.
I like that, Frankie. It's just like the Bass Guy show. I'm just joking, Frankie. Frankie, what do you wish you could do right now again?
And go on a world tour every country on the planet.
Chrissy Messy Transit says, Frankie, how's it going?
Things are great so far.
Okay, so there we go. And I got, even though I'm bald, I still, have a bit of hair on this side. So Frankie and I have the same haircut. I got some jazz gas, some trumpet wrinkles. Frankie, I've got an analog camera. I'm going back to film, and I'm going to take film cameras, and I'm going to mail you a photograph. What would you like me to photograph for you?
Photograph Montreal and things like this.
What's that?
Photograph Montreal.
Okay, maybe I'll photograph the Couche-Tard for you.
Yes, and anywhere in your community.
We've got the Couche-Tard right here. We like to hang out there. There's the old Basemobile on the left side. It's seen its time. If you have any questions and you want to know more about the show, just 1 second, Frankie. We're live every single Friday after 8 p.m. if I'm ready. Usually it starts just before 9. And bassguyshow.com and everything is there. And now I'm live every single day, about 5 to 8 hours a day, and it's just the bird feeder, and we can hang out and chat there. And I'd like to thank the 8 Patreon members that make the show possible. I don't know where it is. Here it is. We have 8 Patreon members, and thank you very, very much for helping me try to pay the internet bill while doing this show with Spinal Damage, entertaining strangers for free for 10 years solid. This is episode 1576. Frankie, you take over. The microphone is yours.
Hey guys, I'm doing great so far. And did you hear about this? There's a lot of thunderstorms and rain going on in Japan, including Tokyo, Japan, Kyoto, Japan, Osaka, Japan, and even Sapporo, Hageo, Japan. Weather's getting colder there right now in Sapporo, Japan.
Frankie, here's a comment. Sorry to interrupt, but this is important, Frankie. It's in text, and it's on the board, and it's on YouTube. Anything that's on the internet is fact, right? So we have a thing here that says, Frankie from Shane Ogden says, Frankie, can I send you $500 Canadian?
That's not true.
But he's got to do it now because it's the law. Anything on the internet is true, like UFOs. Frankie, I'm pretty sure a lot of people hate watch me. You know what I've noticed, Frankie? People like to find mistakes in people. They find anything that's wrong, like you said a word wrong, or that fork is in the wrong place, or you did that wrong, and then they tear you a new one. People love to find mistakes in people and put people down and be mean and cruel and be negative and tell people what to do because they're insecure. Why do people do that, Frankie?
They don't know any better, especially that guy in England told me, I'll say, Frankie, you answer this question right now.
And they're living in their mom's basement, right?
Yeah.
Answer this question. Stay on the phone right now. Bass guy, you did that wrong. Oh, there's dead air. You didn't do that right. How come you didn't do this wrong? You don't know anything about life. Let me tell you something. They put their hand on you. Let me tell you about life. I have something that people love to find mistakes in people and criticize, and that's what the internet is. It's a big magnifying glass where everyone has an opinion and everyone's telling everyone what to do and people are fighting, but no one anyways. I picked the wrong week to quit crystal meth, Frankie.
And that guy, another guy in England will say, Frankie, and I'll go to the political question, I'll say, you answer this right now, it's not true.
Frankie, I want you to tap dance and jump, and I want you to say this and do that. What do you do? How do you deal with those people?
Ignore them.
Someone asked, what's your favorite song?
Peaches by Presidents of the United States of America.
Going to the country. Your video has been copyrighted. If you whistle happy birthday, YouTube sends you a copyright infringement thing. Frankie, can you sing Girls, Girls, Girls?
Girls, girls, girls.
Girls, girls, girls. Is that Twisted Sister? Who did that again?
Motley Crue.
Motley Crue, okay. Yeah, I saw that where the guy sniffs ants on the. We did stuff way worse than that. Once I cut my thumb. I didn't even tell anybody. Frankie, can you? Okay, you've already done it. So, Frankie, are we having fun so far?
Yes, I'm having fun so far.
What is life all about, Frankie?
I do weather reports, dance videos, and my comedy videos.
What kind of videos have you made so far?
I just did a forecast for the Brunswick and Nova Scotia. I just issued my 2024 Atlantic hurricane season forecast. I filmed the video myself a couple days ago.
Amazing, Frankie. What's the weather going to be like this weekend, North America and then Europe?
Over North America, it's supposed to get cold air going all the way down to southern Ontario and going all the way down to southern states. It's going to be extremely hot temperatures in central North America too. In Europe, it's going to be hot air, cold air fighting each other. There's a lot of rain and thunderstorms in India, over in Asia, including Japan and South Korea, and 5 down South Russia and China and Hong Kong, those southern China, like Hong Kong, those places in Taiwan and Thailand and Singapore, Philippines, and Indonesia. They're bringing a lot of rain right now and thunderstorms. Australia is going to get a lot of hail next month. It's going to get a whole lot of hail because Southern Hemisphere spring starts on September 23rd. Same as our first day of fall, that's their first day of spring.
And Frankie, you were telling me there's a weather system here, right?
Yeah.
Tell us about the weather system.
And one weather system going after another, a bunch of cold fronts, because the sun's direct rays will be reaching the equator on next Saturday, that's September 23rd. The sun's direct rays will be aiming right here at the equator. This is tropical Cancer. That's the equator. That's the tropical Capricorn.
You texted me, El Nino is here. You could get a massive ice storm in Montreal this year coming. It could be like 1998.
Yes, if that happens in Montreal this January coming, that means what's going to happen to the Sky Show?
Well, the ice storm, we had a mini ice storm, whatever that means. We had no power for a week, and it was minus 15, and it was freezing, and there was no it was hell on earth, and no one really did anything, and it sucked. So, tell people what happened in 1998 in Montreal.
It was months without power. If that happened, and if it happened again, worse than 1998, if you lose power for a month, what's going to happen to the Sky Show?
Well, we'll be off the air, and I'll have to go down to the Couche-Tard I'll have to steal Wi-Fi from the ice cream zone.
For the Sky Show.
Yeah, I'll have to go like you're doing right now. You're taking Wi-Fi from the shopping center, right?
I'm outside there. I'm not down on the street. I think it's great so far. You know,
So what's so funny, Frankie? Tell me what you're thinking about. What's so funny, Frankie?
Guys making jokes.
Making jokes. Yeah, Nelson Peabody says, "Are you stealing Wi-Fi from the ice cream zone?"
Not true.
Hey, Frankie, there's like 17 CN towers on your right foot.
I don't see 17 CN towers on the right foot.
I love when you call in, Frankie. It's my favorite time of the year, basically. And I like just hanging out on the internet and having fun and being silly. And we do this, Frankie and I, both for free and for fun, because why not? You know, life is short. You can't take your house and your bank account with you to the grave, you know? So try and enjoy life. Sit on a bench and look at a flower. Stop chasing the dream. There is no dream. George Carlin says the American dream, you have to be asleep to believe it. I don't know what I'm talking about, Frankie, but it's fun. Frankie, what are you going to do tomorrow night?
Karaoke, Phil Kasoof, plus Gary and Dino show tomorrow night.
Can you say hi to Gary and Dino for me on the show tomorrow?
Yeah.
Well, is there anything you want to say before we finish up, Frankie, for the week?
Did you hear about the news? Blue Sky, that former CEO of Twitter, Jack Dorsey, he left Twitter and sold the Twitter to Elon Musk, and Jack Dorsey opened a new social media app, Blue Sky.
Blue Sky, and what does it do? Is it where a whole bunch of people just say a whole bunch of things at the same time?
Yeah,
for
Sky
attention?
Twitter.
Social media, to me, is the destruction of everything good in this world. I think telephones are the most they're worse than cigarettes. When you see a person in a crane or a tractor building a road or a building, and they are looking at their phone, you know something's wrong. They should put a warning ad on telephones.
Best of luck, yeah. I'm Frankie Doe. You're listening to Bass Guy Show.
Thank you, Frankie. Ladies and gentlemen, Frankie MacDonald, live on the Bass Guy Show. Frankie MacDonald. Thank you, Frankie. I'm gonna cook you guys up a little meal here. This is cutting edge technology. So while I fry an egg here for you, for Alfred, this is for you sending in those great screenshots of the bird feeder. I now have the irony of having a bird feeder and cooking an egg. Oh, I just dropped my egg. 1 second. I'll put that down there. How did you like that comedy joke? Thanks. We'll just turn everything off for a second. I keep drinking because I'm thirsty. It's just water. I take medication for my spinal damage, and I've also been on a diet because I went to the doctor and my blood level sugar was too high. So for the last 10 days, I've not had any sugar or any carbs. I've only been eating whole foods, vegetables basically, and cut cold turkey everything, and I'm perfectly back to normal. Everything's fine, but I'm a little bit bitter and cranky from not having. Imagine no sugar at all, no milk, dairy, sugar, salt, nothing. So I boil water in the kettle and drink it because I'm not gonna buy water. The dumbest thing ever, buying water. I'd like to buy some street air, please. So let me take off this stuff. As you can see, I haven't prepared much. Well, I try to, but I've had the busiest time in the world lately, and I think I explain it, but I don't know if anyone cares or hears it. But I've been editing a thing. I actually have a poster on it, a thing called This Day Today on my YouTube channel. Now, YouTube is the only thing that I have, and if you go to my YouTube page, there's actually a tab section where the arrows, it lands on the home page, but you can click on videos or live or playlist. There's even a magnifying glass, and you can search the channel's videos. And if you go to community, every day I post up about 2 or 3 or 4 videos from the last 10 years. I've been doing it every day for 300 days, and I'm doing it until December. I started last December. I've been editing every single day, 7 days a week, usually from 9 to 1 in the morning, editing videos, changing all the algorithm and the text and making everything proper, making them shorter than I put them up. So I've done the show 10 years this December, and I'm putting up 10 years worth of, so I'm busy all the time doing this project that so you can Skype in at bassguyvideos.com, and we have a brand new thing, which is the bird cam, the live bird cam. And it's not just the bird cam, but I put my own music on it, so I'll show you some of it now. This is the Jazz Collective, Barry, Dr. Nair Mumstead, and I, and every day I put on a new album. I have about 30 albums, so a new album every day of the month, on top of all the 900 videos that I've posted so far this year. And I'm doing all this with Spinal Damage for free, and we made $47 for Patreon, so thank you very, very much to Patreon people. Oh, and we had a tip last week for $25. First tip all year, other than Pat. So thank you, Pat, and thank you to the tipper for doing that. Rocky, let's just say Rocky. So thank you very, very much, Rocky, for donating. And if anybody wants to, there's a thing called being a musician. And we do it. I've been doing it for 35 years, and I do it for free and for fun. And if you want to help, well, you know what to do. You can go to bassguyshow.com, and there's a tip button there. And I actually forgot to put it in the frickin' chat. It was the first thing I was supposed to do, and I forgot because Microsoft crashed my computer. So thank you, Pat, put it there as well. You can help out there. You never have to, but you can if you want to. And yeah, we're always doing new things and trying new stuff. I would do more, but I've been so busy. We've done everything. We've done, like this week, 8 or 7 years ago was Campfire Week. And oh, on that note, I was going to do a show and tell, but we'll just start it early. I have no idea what I'm about to hear here, But here is me camping in 2002. I brought a tape player and I was recording myself camping. That's why I have the frying pan out. It was campfire week 7 years ago today. And I used to go camping at, I think this is at Loch Ness maybe, and I used to go camping on my own and stuff like that. So let's just have a listen and see. There might be swearing, so.
Okay, I've just stopped at a tea room.
So yeah, this is
right beside Loch.
This is me going to a loch near Loch Lomond in Glasgow, Scotland. So this is Base Guy 20 years ago.
View bed and breakfast. And the lady told me to go back one street and down towards well, fucking about towards Nevisville. It's called Tarbet Tea Room. Tarbet Tea Room. Right beside Lochview Bed and Breakfast. And I'm going to tell you more about where this place comes from, because she's open all year. Tiny little place, fish and chips and that. Tiny little tea room, cheap. She'll open in the winter. Why not go camping in the winter? There's hardly any cars driving by now. Bit of dirt in there. It doesn't hurt anyone. A bit of dirt doesn't hurt anyone, eh, Chris? Hey, Chris, remember that time when we fought in the street in the middle of the winter and we were on the road and we got all cut and bruised, but we were laughing so much? Yeah, okay. So I think what I have to do is go on the move. I'm not going to light my fire until it starts to get dark because I don't have that much firewood. I've got some firewood that's good. I'd say maybe would last 2 hours at the most, and I've got a whole tree which would last all night if it burns. So if it doesn't burn, it's just going to be a short, quick fire, so I'd rather wait till it gets dark. And I'm not hungry at all, but I've got all my food and everything here ready. I've got pots and pans and beans and bread and soup and all that. But honestly, I'm not that hungry. The weather's nice, temperature's nice. And I think I'm going to go get myself a beer or a glass of red wine, and I'll be back soon. I have to stop the tape for a second. I just realized I'm sitting on a big rock right now, okay? I'll take a picture of it soon. And I looked on the other side and there's like a monument thing for someone who's passed away, obviously. It says 1888, 1988. No, 1988, 1998. Or whoever it was didn't live very long. And it looks like
okay, so I'm just going to pause it for a minute because we have an old viewer here from the Periscope days. Hello, Miami Christine. How you doing? Welcome, Miami Christine. We're listening to some clips of me camping. I'm going to make Miami Christine some eggs. Yeah, baby. You can't say that. You can't say anything anymore. You should just put like a Band-Aid over your mouth. Cook Miami Christine up some bacon and eggs here. So it's good to see you again, Miami Christine. The eggs and bacon will be ready in a second. Let's go back to Base Guy camping in the year 2003.
Memorial stone. Someone who only lived about a decade. So, you know, we'll have to sing a song. That was really incredible. I mean, you see swans in parks and stuff, it's a bit different. But these things came right up to me and they're just such beautiful animals. I never realized how huge they are Okay, these things,
Yeah, baby.
you know, when they stand up on their legs and stretch their wings out and that, they're a good 5 feet tall. It's unbelievable. These ones are massive. And when they're right beside you, you notice their webbed feet and their legs and their beautiful tails and bodies and that, and I don't know, it's like because they're almost the size of you, it's like another being. I know that sounds stupid. I know you might not understand what I'm trying to say, but it's as if, you know, I'm out here alone camping, first time I've ever done this, and an animal came up to me and just said, "Hey, how's it going?" and took some bread from me, and it was right beside me, and I felt in touch with the earth. Without sounding too hippie-ish, I felt in touch with the world more than I have in ages. You know, just someone from the wild kingdom coming out and saying thanks for the food, and we'll hang out a bit, and then we'll check you out later, and we'll go find the next suckers to get bread from. So that was a really beautiful experience, the swans, and I'll put them on the CD cover for you. I'll see you swans later. About swans knobs, I could tell you a lot about mine.
Okay, so that concludes that. I've got some more. I've got actually thousands and thousands of tapes and CDs and like literally thousands of stuff that I've never even gotten to yet. I just pulled that one out of obscurity. And hopefully, I love winter because the snow comes. We're going to have, now you can hang out Miami Christine with Bass Guy, unfortunately, all week. I'm live every day during the day now showing the bird feeder, and we're going to be looking at birds, and I'll be playing a thing called an album where I'll share my music for free. So I'm going to play some more music now so I don't get in trouble from the purists. And when I'm doing this, even though it's been 10 years, my brain's all over the place because there's so much going on. Viewer suggestions. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, how to become a better viewer. I'm glad you got it, because we're living in a world now where it used to be the age of enlightenment, like the 60s and Jimi Hendrix and the Beatles and Janis Joplin and Joni Mitchell and all that stuff and Paul Simon. And now we live in the age of entitlement. That's mine. I want it now. And then you put your butt in the mirror and film it for 5 seconds and you get 8.9 billion views and everyone goes fucking crazy because you showed your ass in the mirror. That's the world we live in now, where 16-year-old kids are driving Teslas. I mean, come on, who are these guys? It'd be funny in a second. There you go. I like what Seinfeld said. You notice when two people are talking, one person's telling the other person what to do? And so that's what the internet is. You know what you should do? You know what you need to do? And now a word from our on-site psychologist.
Well, when the abuser seems to get away with everything, when everyone else seems to believe them, remember, it is a reaction they're looking for in a lot of cases like that. So regardless of the reaction, regardless of the response, the victim is going to be blamed and shamed anyway. But I tend to look at it like this. Whenever you react, they have control. Whenever you respond, you have control. Now, there are different ways of handling this. Sometimes it comes down to the grey rock method, and maybe we'll talk about that in the video at another time. But in, say, something like I mentioned earlier, say the work situation, it's different. You know, there's human resources, there's the managers, there's guidance or any autonomy, self-respect and sanity. Wanting to see the other person, that toxic person, you know, wanting them to see reason, you know, that you end up driving yourself insane. And they will point out your insanity as evidence that they're right about you. Also, this is the thing about toxic people. If they're ever caught out being abusive, then what they tend to do is point out all of the behaviours of the other person, all of the reactions of their victims. They're the ones who are merely reacting. So there are times you really are dealing with someone who's pathologically incapable of accepting any responsibility. Toxic people can just be so damn slippery. More often than not as well, they are very highly accomplished performers and actors. They're also, these days, they're educated in terms such as reactive abuse. So they know what they're doing. They also know how to use it.
So there's some advice from our on-site psychologist. I've been studying narcissism for the last 10 years, and we all are narcissists, but some people actually don't know that they're out of control and they use people. And the number one trait of that disease is lack of empathy. If you lack empathy, you can be a big bully, and usually the people are big asshole bullies, the loudest, the person who knows the most and pushes everyone around. Those people become presidents and mayors and bosses and all that kind of stuff. So I can get into whatever the frick I want. It's my show. It's good to see you, Miami Christine. I'm glad you get my sense of humor. We live in a world of entitlement instead of enlightenment. And it's just everything's gone there. When I grew up, you cut a lawn, you made $5, you took the bus, you went all the way downtown, you bought an album, and it took a month to get. You come home, you put it on the record, the needle would break, you'd have to go back to the store. It took forever, and then you're learning classical and bebop and jazz in the name of all these different musicians, and you're trying so hard. And now no one gives a shit about anything because you have 8 billion songs on your radio. I'm gonna shut up and just play bass. See that, Miami Christine? I play bass and everybody left. I'll just stop playing. call you up and ask if you would like to see a movie. First you say no, you've got plans for tonight, but then you stop and you say, alright. Love is kinda spooky with a crazy little girl like Miami Christine. Thank you, Alfred. Thank you, everybody, for tuning into the show tonight. Thank you, Frankie McDonald. Let's hear it for Larry, the producer. Plans for tonight, but then you stop and you say, alright. Love is kinda crazy with a spooky little girl like you.
They claim that they are the innocent victim and they are being abused. Now, reactive abuse, I illustrate it like this, okay? You get person A, person B. Person A lifts a stick and just starts poking person B. Person B says, stop that. Stop what? Stop poking me with that stick. What stick? That stick there, you're poking me, it's really annoying. No, it isn't. Yes, it is, it's really annoying, stop it. What was the question again? On and on it goes. Now, we only have so much capacity, we only have so much patience. Sooner or later, person B, they grab that stick, break it in two, throw it to the floor and just scream, stop poking me with that damn stick. The next thing you know, person A starts saying, does everyone see that temper? Does everyone hear what I have to put up with? I'm always on eggshells around that person. They broke my favourite stick. You know, what's just happened is the reaction has been focused on, not what caused it. Person A has just become the victim, or as I put it, the abused abuser. Shaka.
Just joking. Thank you very much. Thank you, Beta FM. Thank you. Sorry for being honest and observing life and reacting, well, responding to it. Thank you very much. Happy Friday. I think that's everything. Thank you very much to Sky of the Universe, Frankie McDonald, Nathan B. Alfred, thank you for that. We showed your... 1 second. There's someone at my window. This is... Can you come back later, dude? 1 second. No, Larry, you frickin' jerk. I'm trying to do my show here. Frickin' kids. I told you, Larry. Don't let people knock at the window. This one's real. You see what I mean? You used to go to the store and like buy a toothbrush. Now there's a frickin' FedEx truck outside your window. It's called global warming and climate change because we buy shit we don't need. Freaking kids. Getting too old for this. All my retirement. Sorry about that. We'll edit out the mistake later. Thank you for watching the show, everybody. Miami Christine. I was actually trying to figure out, talk to people today, why then are so I can't see the hearts and they're flexible. You usually find ways to fix other problems. That's right. It's crazy. Eh? Out there, I'd say like 40% of us are effed in the head. Fucked in the head, sorry. I don't have to censor myself. You should do this, you should do that, you should do less of this. So please, I urge you, if you want to sneak away from your job or your husband or your wife or other forms of possessive coupling, you can come hang out and watch the bird feeder. Sorry, honey, I'm going to the store, and you can just watch the bird feeder. And we're live. We'll be live tomorrow morning as soon as I wake up. Lately, I've been really tired, and I've been up till 4 in the morning editing and stuff. Because sometimes I have like 8 videos a day to edit and whatever, and I'm doing it for free and for fun. But thank you to anyone who does support and who does help. I'd like to thank the Patreon members. There's 8 of them. You can become a Patreon member on patreon.com/BassGuyShow for that was a bit dodgy, for like $4 or $5 American Canadian bucks a month, and so far we're like halfway to paying the internet bill. So people, Google my name and say Bass Guy and Frankie McDonald are worth $8.9 million. It's full of crap, but thank you to the 8 patrons who do help. You know who you are, and you could always just visit bassguyshow.com. There's a link, and there's a tip button there, and there's albums. There's a whole bunch of stuff, and you can listen to my albums for free. All my music is free, or you can name your own price. You can put in 0 when it says buy album. You can put in 0.00 and have it for free. I don't care anymore. Actually, I do, but that way, people who don't have money, I want you to have it. Maybe you don't like it, but if you do have money, whatever, you can watch the bird feeder. Show and tell. Now we're going to move on to some show and tell.
Show and tell is what we're gonna do. It might be old to him, but new to you. And it doesn't even matter if you've seen it before. Bass Guy, show and tell. Show and tell.
Hey Pat, I'm going to do a video in the style of you today. I haven't taken the 211 or a bus in about 8 or 9 years, I think. I got my Opus card, my cane, and my mask, and I'm ready to take the 211 towards Montreal. That's my mum. It's her birthday today. Happy birthday, Mum! So I'm on the bus for the first time in many, many years. When I was a kid, I used to drive this bus back in like the early 80s. And I was just like 7 or 8 years old. I'd go to La Ronde when I was about 12 maybe. The bus was 25 cents. Now it's $3.50. So that's how old I am. I'm like grandpa with a cane on the bus. It's pretty fun. So I can see there's a camera up there filming me, so I'll film it. And this is 27th December at 1:59, 1211, Bourg-de-Lac. I'm trying to figure out what bus number this is. It's 40-106. So that means it's from 2016? I don't know. I can't do this, Pat. You're the master. So I've noticed the buses have the lady speaking through the intercom like in the metro. That never existed. So there you go. And because I have spinal damage, I walk with the cane and I'm very slow, and they have priority seating, so that's pretty cool. So maybe I'll travel more, I don't know. I'm already
I'm already in a bit of pain here, but I'm not going far. It's like a 10-minute bus trip. I'm gonna go visit my mom for Christmas, who she was living in Scotland for the last 27 years. And yeah, everything I could see through Pat's videos, all the metros are new, everything's fancy. It's pretty cool. This is Sky of the Universe. I mean, this is Bass Guy signing off. Coming up to Baderfight Town Hall. There was a massacre here apparently before it became Baderfight. Go figure, eh? So now we're driving through Beaconsfield Full Repair Village, and this is where the real Larry and Satan Loves grew up. The home of the real Larry and Satan's Love. And there's Jean Coutu. We used to go dumpster diving behind there, look for toys and stuff. And we're about to pass Couche-Tard. Beaconsfield has its own Couche-Tard. It used to be Perret's here, but Perret's went out of business. So there's the Esso at the Couche-Tard and the Couche-Tard. We're on bus 40-106 at Beaconsfield, St. Louis. Things have changed here a little bit, but not too much. That used to be Perret's right there, now it's a hardware store. This is fun, Pat. A lot of snow trucks in operation going by, cleaning up the snow after the big storm. And I like the new layout of the buses. The windows are huge. You sit here, you can really enjoy the ride. And it's all priority seats for bicycles and handicap, all on that side. Everything's pretty clean and modern. I'm quite impressed with the future. So we're going a bit slow now because there's a vehicle in front of us. See, the house is better. We're in Beaconsfield. Pretty rich part of the West Island. And most of the West Island is. And there's a car in front of us. It's a driving school. And on the back of the bumper, it says Universe. The car says Universe in front of us. Sorry for the bad filming. I'm using my cane to keep me in place, so a little bit unstable. So we're coming up to St. Charles here, which is a more recognizable road for most people in Montreal. We have a driving instructor car in front of us, so we're going slow. When I was a kid, I used to pass this church all the time. So I used to take the bus all the time back in the 80s. And I always had on Sundays lots of people in the car park going to church and whatnot. And there's a McDonald's behind here that's been there forever. There goes my 211. I got off at the right stop. I was at the door waiting and I pressed the button and he didn't stop. I was like, dude, I just want to stop. And he said, oh, it's okay. And then he stopped and let me off. Nice guy though. That was fun. It was 19 minutes to get where I wanted to go. So here we are in Pointe Claire Village, and I used to work here a long time ago at the Pioneer at Clyde's. Some things I never appreciated. So there we go. And there goes the 200. And this was a video in homage, an ode and style of Patrick from Sky of the Universe. So now I'm in an elevator. I don't know what make and model this is, but it looks like it's from the 80s or something. So.
Because Rick said he gave you one, but it was all broken.
It's a bit broken, Rick's one, so thanks, Mom. I got a banjo. I took a bus and I got a banjo. Gave me a banjo. There's my mom. Happy birthday, Mom. Woo!
Start her up. Show and tell is what we're gonna do. It might be old to him, but new to you. And it doesn't even matter if you've seen it before.
It's not the right video yet. I have the best problem. So.
Show and tell.
my narcissistic feelings. I actually do not think.
different ways of handling it. Sometimes it comes down to the grey rock method. Maybe we'll talk about that in the video editing. Times you really are dealing with someone who's pathologically incapable of accepting any responsibility. Toxic people can just be so damn slippery. More often than not as well, they are very highly accomplished performers and actors. They're also these days, they're educated in terms such as reactive abuse, so they know what they're doing, they also know how to use it. Now I say all that to say this, that does not mean the victim is helpless. That does not mean they are hopeless. That does not mean they are going to lose every single time.
Let's start with defining arrogance. Arrogance is an attitude of superiority that is presented with a sense of overbearing pride. Arrogance is in your face, with a person who is arrogant ensuring you know what their superior qualities are and giving you no choice but to take note. The person who is arrogant believes that they are better than everyone else and wants to make sure that you believe it too. The person who is arrogant doesn't allow you to consider their superiority as false, because to them, there's no...
Okay, so there's some music I just improvised. It's always the best when you just make stuff up and go for it. It's never the song or the book or the story. I read a thing today from a Jeff Bridges, the actor, a book, and he says when actors get together and musicians and just whoever, you just stick a whole bunch of people together and just something happens. It's the stuff that's off script. And
seems like it was quite good looking and all that. Get as far as unit, fat boy. I know it. Oh, come on. You guys meet online or something? All I have to say now is I love this guy, man. So, what's happening? Do you want to drink? Get me my favourite drink. My favourite drink, vodka. What the fucking vodka? A strong vodka, orange. Diet Coke for the belly. Do you want a drink, son? I'm fine, John, man. Cheers. I've got that, so. Vodka and Diet Coke, guys. Nice to meet you, John, man. Good time you spent, son. John came outside to get me and said, put that cigarette up.
Wow, the video's my old home where I used to live.
The bald guy. The bald guy. No, you said it was
in Scotland.
Right, so it was either him.
West End of Glasgow.
No, that's what you said. It was either him or it was that fucking 85-year-old JC Bastard. It was you, man. More likely the 84-year-old.
There's Hillhead Library. I lived right there. I lived right there across the street. Anyways, it's just been a long time. Shout out to my mate Dave McDonald.
Would you like vodka and Coke? Look at large, son. I used to babysit him. He's a pup. He's come to be a monster.
And a note to Pat and Firebuff. There's been 2 or 3 fire trucks go by tonight. Lights on.
Mary, Jack, nice to meet you. Pressure. How you doing? I'm Dougie. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. What's his name? Is that Dougie as well, yeah? It's another Dougie. Yeah, Dougie, right. You record with Jim or something like that. Alright. Nice to meet you again. I've heard a lot about you, Jack. I've heard a lot about you as well. I've been waiting on the moment to meet you, you know. Right. I think I've heard a few of your tracks as well, kind of thing, so. Alright, cool. We should get together and have a, you know.
Cheers, Jay. Come hang out, guys, at the bird feeder tomorrow. If I didn't see you through the week, I'll see you through the window. If you like this show, please visit bassguyshow.com. How did we go from jazz musician Joni Mitchell to TikTok Pinky doll licking digital ice cream? She makes $5,000 a day. I made $47 this month for 400 hours of shit. Anyways, I love your comments. Nice to see you all. Thank you for dropping in. Bass Guy loves you, no fear. BassGuyShow.com and all that kind of stuff. I'm trying to sign out. I don't know where anything is. I'm really tired. How do I outro this stuff? Oh, here we go. Take care. Thank you for watching. See you next week. Happy birthday, Mum. Love you. Wonder why. Did you enjoy this video? Well,
check out my website.
over here.
And you can also
Click over here to check out a cool video. And to subscribe to the Bass Guy Show, click here. Bass Guy loves you. No fear.
Hi BJ, party is finished.